In business, you have moves and then you have power plays. I'm not talking about just another investment or some new product launch. I'm talking about a calculated move that completely redefines an empire. For Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, 2025 is shaping up to be the year of his biggest, most audacious move yet. It's a plan so bold it could honestly overshadow the nine-figure vitamin water payout that made him a business legend in the first place. He's not just walking into a new market, he's trying to build a new kingdom from the ground up in a place most people have completely overlooked. This isn't just another deal. This is about legacy. For decades, we've known 50 Cent as a giant of the music world. He's an artist who didn't just top the charts, he defined an entire era with his raw, unfiltered stories. But if you only see him as a rapper, you're missing the real story. The real story is about a master strategist, an entrepreneur who has a knack for seeing huge value where everyone else sees nothing. Remember, this is the guy who turned a small stake in vitamin water into a reported $100 million. That deal became the gold standard for how artists could build real wealth. Since then, he's built a television empire with the Power universe, creating franchises that are just as big as anything else on TV. But this latest plan, it's different. It's bigger, it's more complex, and the stakes are so much higher. He's not just investing in a company, he's investing in a city. He is planting his flag in Shreveport, Louisiana, with a vision to turn it into a national hub for film, TV, and entertainment. This isn't just about padding his bank account, it's about building a self-sustaining world that could change the entertainment game forever. So, let's break down this massive power play. What he's doing, why he's doing it, and how 50 Cent is setting himself up for a whole new level of dominance. To really get the genius behind this move, you have to ask one simple question: why Shreveport? It's not LA, it's not New York, and it's not even Atlanta, which has become its own production giant. At first glance, it seems like a weird choice, but that's where you see 50's strategic mind at work. He's playing a different game. While all the major studios are fighting over insanely expensive real estate in crowded cities, 50 saw an opportunity that was born from neglect. For years, Louisiana has had these great tax incentives for film and TV, which brought in Hollywood studios. The problem? The state was often treated like a temporary backlot, a place to shoot for cheap before everyone packed up and went back to California. The long-term investment just wasn't there. Shreveport especially felt this. It had the potential, it had the space, and it had a community that was ready, but it was missing one central, powerful figure to build a permanent industry. And then Curtis Jackson walks in. He didn't just see a city with tax breaks, he saw a city that was hungry, a city that was ready for a champion. He gets that the entertainment industry is in a weird spot right now. Production costs in the usual hubs are through the roof. The fight for sound stages is brutal. By setting up in a city like Shreveport, he's not just finding a cheaper place to work, he's claiming an entire territory for himself. He gets to be the big fish in a pond that he's about to turn into an ocean. And it seems personal, too. He said, "It feels like home for me, and eventually it'll be home because I have some work to do." This isn't just business, it's a commitment. He's using his fame not just to take value, but to build it from scratch, creating a real partnership with the city. That kind of goodwill is often worth more than money. While everyone else is fighting for scraps in Hollywood, 50 Cent is getting ready to own the entire bakery in Shreveport. This isn't a retreat from the big leagues, it's a brilliant end run around them. The first and biggest piece of 50's Shreveport strategy is the launch of G-Unit Studios. And when I say big, I mean that literally. In April 2024, he officially cut the ribbon on a massive 985,000 square foot facility that he is turning into a state-of-the-art production factory. Just to give you some perspective, that space is bigger than many of the historic studio lots in Hollywood. This shows his ambition goes way beyond just making a few shows. This move puts 50 Cent in a very small club of media moguls who own their own infrastructure. He's basically using the Tyler Perry playbook. Perry, as you know, built his own gigantic 330-acre studio in Atlanta, and that move completely shifted the center of gravity for black-led productions. Just like Perry, 50 Cent now controls his own fate. He's not just a creator anymore, renting space and dealing with someone else's schedule and costs. Now, he's the landlord. He's the king of his own castle. Owning everything from top to bottom like this is the ultimate power play in media. It means he can make his current hit shows, like the Power franchise and BMF, way more efficiently and with total creative freedom. But the vision for G-Unit Studios is way bigger than just his own projects. The plan is to turn this place into a non-stop hub of creativity that's open to other producers and creators. He's not just building a studio for himself, he's building an industry for Shreveport. They were planning to start shooting non-scripted shows in July 2024, with his own scripted series kicking off in January 2025. That timeline is fast, and it shows he means business. When you own the factory, you have all the leverage. He can greenlight projects that traditional studios would call too risky. He can find and develop local talent, writers, directors, crew members, creating a loyal workforce that wants the studio to succeed. This move turns him from a successful producer into an industry titan. He's now the guy who can open the doors for a whole new generation of storytellers. G-Unit Studios is basically a declaration that the future of entertainment isn't just going to be decided in LA boardrooms. There's a new center of power rising in Louisiana, and 50 Cent is the one building it. If G-Unit Studios is the engine of 50's new empire, then the Stageworks project is the arena where everyone can see it in action. Owning a studio is one thing, but 50's vision for Shreveport is much bigger. He isn't just creating content behind closed doors, he's building the venues where people can experience it live. In a deal that sounds almost made up, he landed a 30-year lease on the Stageworks building in downtown Shreveport, and he can renew it for another 15 years after that. The price for all of this control? A symbolic $200 a month. This is not a simple real estate deal. It's a brilliant takeover of a key piece of the city's cultural life. His company, G-Unit Films and Television, is taking over all the maintenance and operational costs, which shows he's in this for the long haul. The plan is to renovate this building and turn it into a top-tier multi-use venue that can host pretty much anything you can think of. Professional basketball, volleyball, boxing, MMA fights, huge concerts, car shows, and conventions. And this is where you see the full scope of his strategy. The studio and the venue are designed to feed each other. The studio creates the stars and the content, and the venue gives them a stage. Just imagine a new artist signed to a G-Unit label playing a sold-out show at the new Stageworks, or a live boxing match promoted by 50 Cent being filmed for a TV special that's produced at G-Unit Studios just down the road. He's creating a closed loop where all of his businesses help each other grow. This two-pronged investment creates a powerful economic and cultural engine for Shreveport. The studio will bring in high-paying jobs and need all kinds of local services, from catering to construction. The venue will bring downtown back to life, attract tourists, and boost local businesses like hotels and restaurants. He's creating a complete entertainment destination. People won't just come to Shreveport to see where their favorite shows are made, they'll come to be part of the action. So, what does this all add up to? This isn't just about making more money, this is about building an empire. And it's the result of every lesson 50 Cent has learned in his career. Let's break down the core parts of this play. First, he's shifting from cash to concrete. That vitamin water deal was amazing because it was a fast, huge payout. He got in, used his brand to make it explode, and got out with a fortune. That was a trade. The Shreveport plan is the exact opposite. This is a long-term investment in actual buildings and land. It's not as easy to cash out, but it's the foundation for generational wealth and influence. When you own the property, you're not just a player in the game anymore, you're the one who makes the rules. It's a move that puts control and legacy ahead of a quick payday. Second, this is the ultimate use of brand power. 50 Cent's brand is all about authenticity, power, and being the underdog who made it. By investing in a city like Shreveport, he makes that brand even stronger. He's the powerful icon lifting up an overlooked city. That story gets him priceless media coverage and public support. It lets him get unbelievable deals, like that $200 a month lease that a normal, faceless company could never dream of. His celebrity opens the door, but his business smarts are building the palace inside. Third, he's tying all the pieces of his empire together. This isn't just a random collection of businesses. His TV and film production, his new horror movie Skill House coming in 2025, his luxury liquor brands like Branson Cognac, and now his sports and live events promotion. It all connects. G-Unit Studios is the factory for his movies and shows. The Stageworks venue can host events sponsored by his liquor brands. The athletes and artists he promotes can become the stars of his next film. It's all one big web where every part makes the others stronger. Finally, you can see a real shift in his philosophy. While the world is obsessed with billionaire lists, 50 has said his focus is on security and control, not just a fancy title. He's taking his wealth, estimated anywhere between $40 and $300 million, and using it with surgical precision to build something that will last. This isn't about having the most money on paper, it's about having the most power in the real world. The power to create jobs, to shape culture, to revive a city, and to build a legacy that will be around long after he's gone. The shockwaves from 50 Cent's Shreveport move are going to be felt far beyond the city limits and his own bank account. If he pulls this off, it could become a whole new blueprint for how celebrity entrepreneurs can work with communities to build them up. For decades, the model for a celebrity investment was pretty small time, like a restaurant or a clothing line. What 50 is doing is on a totally different level. He's proving that a major celebrity can be the spark for real urban revitalization. By bringing his star power, his money, and his business machine to a so-called second-tier city, he's creating a model that could inspire others. Can you imagine other artists finding overlooked towns and using their own platforms to build new industries there? It could start to spread economic power away from the crowded coasts and create opportunities all across the country. For Shreveport, the potential here is huge. New jobs are the most obvious benefit. But it goes deeper than that. It's about creating a local talent pool. Young people in Louisiana will see a real path to a career in entertainment without having to move 1,000 miles away. That creates hope and gives skilled people a reason to stay and build up their own community. This whole plan could fundamentally change the city's identity, turning it from a place people pass through into a destination, a creative powerhouse in its own right. When we look back on 2025, 50 Cent's legacy is going to be about a lot more than just his music. The moves he's making in Shreveport right now are a masterstroke of strategy, vision, and pure ambition. He is weaving together media production, live entertainment, and community investment into one powerful whole. By launching G-Unit Studios, he's taking control of his own production, making himself a modern media titan. With the Stageworks venue, he's creating a public stage for his empire and plugging it directly into the city's cultural heartbeat. This is more than just a business expansion. It's a model for a new kind of celebrity entrepreneur, one that's focused on building something real and creating a partnership with communities. He's trading the fast money of his past for the enduring power of legacy. This is 50 Cent's boldest play yet, a move designed not just to win the game, but to change the entire board. The empire's growing, and its new capital city is Shreveport, Louisiana. So, what do you think of 50 Cent's massive Shreveport play? Is this a stroke of genius, or is he taking on way too much risk? Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the business moves that are shaping our world, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching!